Good morning and welcome to Coffee Ann, the longest-running panel discussion show in American radio. To make a comment or ask a question to the panel, call 401-766-1240 or email coffee@woonsockеtradio.com. And now, let's join the Coffee Ann panel.
Good morning. It is Coffee and time here on ON Radio on this Friday morning. It's June the 27th, and I'm Joe Callahan. Nice of you to join us this morning. Dave Richards is here as well. Good morning, Dave.
I am. What do you know?
You're right over there.
Hi
and
there.
We'll be joined by Melissa Murray in a few moments. Rich Elaine from Post 85 will be here today, and Meg Rigo will be joining us via the phone to talk about tonight's 11 Amp Woonsocket Music Series concert at River Island Art Park.
You betcha.
Okay, our first segment sponsor of Coffee Inn is the Northern Rhode Island Chamber of Commerce. And what do you see, Dave, from the Chamber?
Well, no matter where you are, chances are when you go to work, you notice that your company has a busy season where things just go nuts. And then there's a slower season where you can catch your breath a little bit, recalculate, clear your mind. Set your sights on all the new things that are coming when the busy season starts again. Like if you worked in a store, right? Totally bonkers during the fourth quarter of the year. Around this time of the year, you got time to chat with your coworkers. It just happens. So it's the same thing is happening at the Northern Rhode Island Chamber of Commerce, of course, because the summertime people slow down, the events slow down, and everybody gets a chance to take a breath. We just had the legislative session, very big for the chamber, and we gave the report last week about many of the things that went on during the legislature's activities. And so now they're going to back off for a couple of months. Not really a couple of months, though. I'm looking at the list of activities, and they start with August 6th, the Welcome Wednesdays Network Cafe. That's at the At Work Collaborative. Then they go to August 13th. They got another thing the very next week, Juncal Mexican Grill in Cumberland. Did I say that wrong? I probably said it should say something like Juncal.
It's Juncal, right?
Yeah.
You know where that's located?
No, it's in Cumberland.
You do.
I don't know where.
And I'm trying to remember what they were called before this name. Remember where the House of Clocks in Cumberland used to be?
Yeah.
Okay, that restaurant that's right there.
Oh my goodness.
What was it used to be called?
Jeez, I know it. We've eaten there so many times.
But that's where Juncal is.
Yeah.
They've changed it, and it must be new owners, and they changed it
Gorgeous
to a Mexican
place
restaurant.
inside.
Yeah.
And a lot of parking, too. You wouldn't think
sure.
so from driving by.
No.
But it's beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, what was the name of that? It's good. Now you got me going
I know.
on it.
I can
Maybe
picture
somebody
it.
will call it in. And I'm going to feel so bad when I hear it because we stopped
If
there
Tim
many
Draper's listening, he's our Cumberlandite.
Oh, that's right.
he should know the name of what that restaurant was.
Well, anyway, that's a
before it
networking
changed.
pop-up from 4:30 to 6:30 p.m., and that's on August the 13th. We have plenty of time to figure out what the name of that restaurant was. So it says only 2 foursomes are left for the golf tournament on September 16th.
Wow.
Boy, that's going to go fast, huh? And then Eggs and Issues Breakfast in September will feature Senate President Valerie, that's the new Senate President, Valerie J. Lawson. All right. And then there's more stuff coming up in October we'll talk about in future messages. Right now, however, we remind you 334-1000 will get you in touch with our intrepid friends at the Northern Rhode Island Chamber of Commerce sponsoring the first portion of discussion on Friday Coffee Ann.
Very good, Dave. Well, there's lots in the news from overnight, and none of it is really, none of it's any good.
I was so upset this morning that we had to do that.
Yep, and the biggest story is a 3-year-old boy from Woonsocket has passed away after he was hit by a car over on Mason Street and 10th Avenue. It was called Adeline's Restaurant.
Adeline's.
And it was called something else
Something
before
else
that.
before that. It was,
too.
yeah.
And I can't remember that name either. But it was Adeline. The latest incarnation was Adeline's. Now it's a Mexican restaurant.
Well, I hope they do well.
If they know what it was before Adeline's, that's
Restaurant
what's driving me
business
crazy.
is so tough. You have
It
to
is
spend so much money for decorating, for equipment, for foodstuffs and stuff. And then, everybody wants it on the cheap. So it's a tough business to be in.
So back to the boy that passed away
Yeah.
here in Woonsocket. He was struck by a car by a 25-year-old man who was driving the car who stood around and is cooperating with
course,
police,
yeah.
which is good.
Well, that's the neighborhood. That's
Yeah.
the whole neighborhood up near Dunn Park and the rest of that, the Veterans Memorial housing area.
Now, they said the boy was on a bicycle. Now, I was thinking back. I didn't start riding a bicycle till I was like maybe 6.
Really?
Well, it was the size of the bicycles at the time. They didn't have small bicycles back then. They had tricycles for us.
Yeah.
But things have changed, and so it is a very small bicycle he was riding. So, and since he's small and the bicycle is small, and maybe the person driving the car just didn't see him. That's what I'm thinking right off the bat.
Well, it's all speculation, of course.
Yes.
But I can picture coming out between cars at that age.
Or maybe came out
Because
in between
they have
cars.
on-street parking in that
Yeah.
whole neighborhood.
Yeah, you just didn't see him.
And it could be a kid coming out from between cars. I mean, because we all did it as kids, and usually that's not a like a Park Avenue. That's that street there, Mason and 10th. That intersection is not the busiest in the city. So,
And if you're on a hill, Melissa Murray's here, by the way. Hi, Melissa.
Good morning.
If you're on a hill of any kind, and this happened to me a few times, especially when you're younger, learning how to ride a bike, now you're out of control.
Yeah.
Your bike has gotten away from you, and you panic, and you don't know how to
panic and you
stop.
don't- right,
And you
the
just keep
back pedal.
going until
Yeah.
hopefully I stop somehow.
Yep.
Tux. Whew,
There you
thank
go.
That's
thank you.
wow. I feel so much better
That's
now.
the name of the restaurant, Tux.
That's
right.
what I remember it
Tux.
as. Wow. I don't know why I couldn't come up with this.
I couldn't think of it either.
Isn't that weird?
I was like, I don't know.
Okay,
What is
Tux to Adelines. Now it's a Mexican restaurant called Juncal. Okay.
Yeah.
So the crash does remain under investigation with the Woonsocket police. So
I know,
that
but you got a family now that's lost a little
a little boy,
boy.
and that's
Toddler.
so
Yeah.
sad.
It
It is.
tears your heart out to read a story like that on the air.
The next one we have is a Bellingham police officer was arrested in Woonsocket for drunk driving
Ooh, bad
after
decision.
he crashed into an unoccupied. Did I say unparked?
Yeah.
Unparked.
That's wrong. I'm
parked?
thinking ahead.
Unoccupied, parked
unoccupied car.
Yeah.
there we go.
Thank goodness.
I don't have the street he hit it on. I wish I had that. I tried finding it, and I just don't have that information. But he was he's been put on administrative leave by the Bellingham
that's
Police.
standard procedure.
SOP. And he may be looking at another charge because he was carrying his gun with him. He was off duty at the time.
Well, yeah, but
and
cops
Right.
have to carry guns.
they do. But then if you get caught drunk driving with your gun, as Dave was telling me, it's another charge.
Yeah. Whole different ball of wax.
Yep.
It's a complication.
So that's still under investigation. Next bad story. Rhode Island State Police investigating a pedestrian got hit by a tractor-trailer truck trying to cross 295
Oh, gosh.
near 146.
Yeah.
I thought, did this happen sometime at night? No, 3 in the afternoon.
And Nicole and I were driving to her storage unit on 295, just moments after that happened. So,
So
we
you
saw
saw it all?
we saw
The
as
aftermath?
we were driving south, we saw all the hubbub, the backup of traffic, and all the there was so many lights and sirens coming to that. So it had just happened earlier,
That is a
and
wide
I saw the
place.
victim on the ground. And it was funny, the thing that struck me, and of course, you only get a flash while you're driving by. But he was laying on his right side, but not fully laying down, kind of like doubled over, holding, like the way he was dressed, it appeared to me like it was in a jogging outfit because he had very, very short shorts on and bare legs and sneakers. And a very, very light, almost like a tank top shirt, kind of like how joggers would be dressed. And I said to myself, geez, you're not supposed to be an interstate highway system. I think they passed the law. You can't.
You're not supposed to jog.
Right. There's no sidewalks for a reason.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's a big highway, lots of lanes. You
Yeah.
think you know how
But did-
fast somebody is going. No, not on a road like that.
Did it say that he was trying to cross?
It doesn't say.
Oh, all right.
It just says a tractor-trailer struck a pedestrian on 295
Yeah.
North. Happened at 3 p.m. on Thursday. The victim was taken to Rhode Island Hospital. No word on his condition.
Well, it was just on the south side of all the construction for the 146 exit. Going north. They were on the northbound side. I was going south. So that's why I got a full view of it all. And then as I was driving south, I saw more and more red lights and sirens going.
Coming up there.
Yeah, because everybody was getting in on it there. They had state police. They had, I don't know, something. I don't know what a C9 vehicle is, but it's like an SUV, all painted red, like it was from a fire department. And the thing that you could read most easily is on the back fender. It said C-9, and I don't know.
Chief?
Well, it could be. I don't know. But
So-
they did have the first responders just getting there
Yeah.
when we went by.
Well, him laying on his side as opposed to being prone is a good.
Well, yeah,
It's a good sign
He did,
that he's not
certainly
going to pass away.
Yeah.
So, all right,
He
the,
seemed conscious at the time.
yeah.
We'll put it that.
All right.
and not at all amused.
Yeah.
the next story, just right outside the state, right in Rentham, an elderly woman has passed away.
This one was weird.
She's involved in a single car crash on Route 140 in Rentham. Police identified the woman, an unidentified woman. She was driving the car. It left the roadway and overturned several times
Yeah.
Yikes.
last night. Car ended up going down an embankment and into a body of water. She died at the scene. No other vehicles or passengers involved in the crash remains under investigation. Speculation again. It sounds like she might have had a
Medical emergency,
something,
right?
and that's
yeah.
what drove her off the car going off the road.
Right.
Right. But
Well,
she went off, rolled over several times,
Yeah.
ended up in the water in a small pond.
Now it doesn't say she drowned.
Right.
It just says she passed away. Could be from the injuries.
Yeah, I
From
always
inside the
worry if
car?
I see somebody like this morning. I saw somebody in front of me, kind of like waving side to side, weaving side to
Yeah.
side, and not going too fast. And then all of a sudden they sped up, and I'm like, oh, they're on their phone. But if you're distracted and then you look up and you overcorrect, that's when bad things happen.
Yeah, when you're jerking it one
Yeah.
way and then the car doesn't respond the way you think it's going to, and it's like, uh-oh. So, but they don't mention anything about speed or anything about her being on her phone yet. It still remains under investigation. So, wow, lots of big local stories from yesterday here in the state of Rhode Island and just right over the line in Massachusetts as well. All right. Governor Dan McKee has signed legislation that bans the sale of certain military-style weapons in Rhode Island.
Yes.
And what's funny about this, and Melissa may chuckle at this, because we always complained at the beginning of the week, this law goes into effect 2026. This new law goes into effect 2027. This assault weapons ban goes into effect next week. It's like, why does this one go into effect, less than a week, and others we have to wait a year and a half? I'm talking about the smoking ban down there at
Well, that's
I
all part
know
of the
that's
negotiation
yeah,
process,
that
isn't
is
it?
that is it is part of the
If
negotiation
you've got opposition,
process.
you'll have to overcome.
Yeah, but it's
You say,
ridiculous.
oh, yeah, but it'll be years from now. You'll be out of office. You won't have to worry about it. Vote for it.
The smoking thing, though, like I know it's way out. Like
It'll be way
it's-
after you have to
it's-
run for re-election. Relax.
But this one starts
Isn't
immediately
that,
almost.
Isn't that the kind of conversations that go on?
I mean, sometimes, yeah.
Yeah.
You won't be here, so you won't have to worry about it.
Sometimes, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
okay.
that's right.
They will not hold you responsible for doing the right thing. They will tell. The lobbyist will tell you.
So the new law bans the manufacture, purchase, sale, or transfer of some semi-automatic rifles and shotguns.
Yep. Does
Will the-
not ban possession. Does not mandate
Yes.
registration. Yeah.
So how do the let's take Bullseye Shooting Supply? How do they know which ones are now illegal to sell? Are they sent a message of some sort?
It outlines it in the
bill?
in the legislation. You're just getting like a little
Mr.
blurb.
Cynical responding.
But how
It's
does
a firearm. Don't worry about it. If it's not illegal today, it'll be illegal tomorrow. That's the way they're going.
But I want to know, how does he get notified? An MTR in North Smithfield. How do they know?
Department of Business Regulation
Yeah,
sends
DVR.
out. They send out memos.
They will.
The radio station
Yeah,
here gets
yeah,
memos
yeah.
about different laws that are
Okay.
Yeah, right.
All right.
Yep.
So it hates
They send
some-
it to the office, and if it's really serious and timely, they send it to the agent of service. And every corporation, every company has to have one on record with the state. So the Secretary of State will get it done.
All right, as long as they're notified, I don't want them getting arrested and them saying, "I was never told which one I couldn't sell anymore."
Well,
I'm gonna guess they probably
Already know
about
which
this legislation. Is probably on their radar, so I'm sure that they are already aware.
Or,
All right.
Joe, they
Yes.
could be members of the Northern Rhode Island Chamber of Commerce, and the Chamber will
Let
tell
them know.
all
That's
their
right.
members in the newsletters early and often of what you have to worry about. Also, as the different laws become effective after they've been passed, there's a reminder that goes out. I get them all the time in my inbox because I'm a member of the Northern Rhode Island Chamber of Commerce. 334-1000. Time for a break?
Yes, as a matter of fact.
Thought so.
Thanks, Dave. Thanks, Dave. And more of the Coffee and program is coming your way. Comments and questions can be called in at 766-1240.
ON 1240.
As drivers, we encounter motorcycles on the road every day, and motorcycle safety is a two-way street. So give motorcycles extra space when stopping and starting. Check your mirrors and blind spots. Share the road, but never try and share a lane. Every rider could be a father, a son or a brother, a mother, a daughter or a sister, or the whole world to someone very special. Brought to you by the Rhode Island Police Chiefs Association and the Rhode Island Broadcasters Association.
4th of July savings are here at the Home Depot, so it's time to get your grilling on. Pick up the Traeger Pro Series 22 pellet grill and smoker, now on special buy for $389, was $549. Smoke a rack of ribs or bake an apple pie. This grill is versatile enough to do it all. This summer, no matter how you like your steaks, your barbecues are guaranteed to be well done. Celebrate 4th of July with fast free delivery on select grills right now at the Home Depot. Subject to availability.
Some people just know they can save hundreds on home and auto insurance by checking Allstate first. Like to check your house sitter has the new code first before leaving for vacation.
System lockout.
But that's the code!
Contacting authority.
I'm out of here.
Oh, seriously, the car too?
Yeah, checking first is smart. So check Allstate first for a home and auto bundle that could save you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Not available in every state. Potential savings vary. Allstate Vehicle and Property Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook,
The
Illinois.
Coffee and Panel is enjoying coffee from Down East Coffee Roasters. All their coffee is roasted right here in Rhode Island. Down East Coffee Roasters is available at all Little General stores.
You can depend on us for public service. ON Radio.
It's Coffee and right here on ON. Thanks for joining us. I'm Joe Callahan with Dave Richards, Melissa Murray, and we're being joined by Rich Lane.
Yes.
From Post 85. Hi, Rich.
Hi, I forgot my rooster hat.
Oh, no.
But okay.
But you do have red on.
No, I got the Neely House.
Oh, okay.
And, Cam Neely Foundation for Kids.
This is the one with the low ceilings. You have to kneel all the time?
Yeah.
Okay. Neely House?
Yeah,
Oh,
the
no,
Neely House.
there's no K
You're
on
missing
that.
a K. Yeah.
Well, yeah, but the Neely House is kind of like it's a cancer, like a Ronald McDonald House, basically, in
I get
Boston. The old, I call him old, but he just turned 60. Cam Neely, the former Bruins player, has been around Boston for a while, and he
That's
does a
not
lot.
old.
Former.
Yeah, he's got this cancer foundation, and just a good thing all the way around.
Meg Rigo is joining us on the phone.
Meg,
Hello,
Meg
Meg.
is here. The
Hey,
Megster
Meg.
is with us.
Good morning.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. How are you?
I'm so good. It's such a beautiful day for a concert.
Yes, it is.
It is. Well, right now, it's on the cloudy side here in Woonsocket, but the clouds will part quite a bit, substantially, making it a partly sunny sky. Temperature's going to be a gorgeous 74 degrees for a high today when we all gather at River Island Art Park. And just a breath of a breeze from the southeast. What do you know?
So tonight, Meg, the Barefoot Movement. Genre blending style rooted in bluegrass and rock. Where are these people from?
That is a great question. They're flying in from a few different places, including Nashville. So we'll go with that. And
Okay,
they're
go with
starting us
Nashville.
a little bit of a
It's a
tour.
national act, and
Yeah.
they're from different areas. They get together, form the group, and then they go on tour.
All right, cool. So that's great. And then the opening act, The Honk.
And we've got
Yeah.
grass for you to be barefoot on. You don't have that big concrete slab to be
Thank
burning your
goodness.
feet anymore.
Thank
So
goodness.
we could be barefoot tonight in the park. What do you know?
The Honk is a dynamic fusion of jazz, folk, funk, and blues. Meg gave me all this information, by the way.
Yes.
And they have
She writes so well.
plus they have engaging banter with the crowd. So that should be a lot of fun tonight, Meg.
So it'd be like Coffee
There-
Jam
it's
with musicians, right?
Oh
Engaging
my gosh, we
banter?
should set you guys up there. It could be the coffee and bit. That's very funny.
Yeah. Yeah.
Engaging banter.
Let's bring that up at the next meeting, okay?
Well, we got to
right.
record one for next Friday for July 4th, right? Because we're dark next Friday, July 4th at Levitt, right?
Yeah, we're going to take the week off.
We are dark, but everyone will be at fireworks somewhere, I would assume.
Or home with family or whatever it happens to be. We've got the parade in the morning in Cumberland that we will be at, and we're there every year. Gosh, going back to the 70s, we've been doing that parade.
Meg, has the honk, have they been at Levitt before?
No, the honk is a new addition. They formed quite a few years ago and heard about Levitt and wanted to come and hang out with us.
Be a part of
so we will get to see them on stage. I know they've played places like the Pump House down in, what is that, Peaceville, and they've made the rounds more in like southern Rhode Island, so it'll be nice to have them up in Woonsocket.
So will we have to check their passports when they come north of the towers?
Do you check my passport, Dave, when I come north of the towers?
Well, as long as you get by the tower.
Same rules.
Well, I have a lot of friends who live down there, and it's all like, the whole world is south of the towers. Don't even bother going north.
True.
So tell us about the food trucks that'll be there tonight, Meg.
Sure. We have a few trucks on deck this upcoming week, including the Lobster Lovers.
Oh, they're back again, third week in a row.
Yeah, third week in a row. They're having such a great time with us in River Island Art Park that they're returning. They have, their prices are just on point. The food is really delicious, and after week one, when they realized what a banger of a party we throw in the park, they've added a few additional line chefs to their into the truck in order to be able to get food out a lot quicker. So that's that. We have Nessa's Snack Shack coming, and she's making fried fish. I know often they'll do their ice cream truck, but this time she also has her food truck that's going, and spoke of fried fish, which sounds pretty good to me. A little Bell's Lemonade, and then also a member of the Millrace Kitchen, Rian Bakes, and she does baked goods. So
she does what? She does what?
She does baked goods.
Oh, baked goods, okay.
Who doesn't want a brownie at nighttime when it's 70 degrees out? That sounds delicious.
You want it melting in your hands.
No, not 70 degrees, Joe.
True, that's not going to happen. All right, and of course, Ciro's will be down there as well for the on-site bar. What kids' activities will be taking place tonight?
Tonight, we've had some pretty incredible weeks the first couple of weeks. Tonight, we're just back to our standards. So we will have cornhole, we'll have giant Jenga, we'll have Connect 4, and we have somebody that's doing face painting